My dear Black Americans, my dear African Americans, don't you get tired of tapping? We are not the same, we are not the same, we are not the same. Like, seriously.
Delineation is working. It's making people uncomfortable. And that's actually how you know it's doing what it's supposed to do.
If you want to know if you have power or not, use the word delineation. It's strong when we use it.
You look like me, I look like you. What's the problem?
The problem is y'all don't ever want black people, black Americans, to make that distinction. Y'all don't like that. Y'all think whatever we do has to be shared amongst the whole diaspora. Why? Because we ain't got no specific name for ourselves. We call ourselves black people, then that applies to too many of y'all. And then whatever we try to make the distinction, it makes it seem like we're trying to start a diaspora war. No, if you can say this is Haitian history, Jamaican history, we can say that this is Black American history and not try to credit the whole continent of Africa for that.
What we do here, we're promoting black love, black unity, and at the end of the day, I want to see you smile. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you happy.
Delineation is simply us being clear about who we are, what our lineage is, and what struggles and victories belong specifically to our bloodline. It's not about hate. It's not about division. It's about clarity. Clarity protects us because when we don't delineate, a few things happen. Other groups start taking credit for our fight. They start talking about how they built the movements that our ancestors died for. Also, people rewrite our story while we are still living in it. They flatten all blackness to one category and then may erase the specifics about what we went through here. Resources meant for us, receiving diluted policies and scholarships, and even business grants that get redirected to anyone who can check black on a form.
So when we say that we're delineating, it is cutting off a vehicle that was used to undermine specifically us. Yeah. They wanted to undermine us. They've been undermining us. And people will come up to this panel acting like this is a new phenomenon. It's been 60 plus years of this experience, right? And it has not been a good experience. It has not been transactional. It has not led to our people moving anywhere beyond where we were in the 1960s. Okay? Have we come a long way? Yeah, but have we gone the wrong way? That is the question.
Our culture gets copied, exported, but never protected. People pick up our aesthetics and commodify it. We get gaslit about our own experience. Folks come into our spaces telling us how we should feel and who we are from their perspective. But delineation stops all of that. We're saying that this is our lineage, this is our culture, this is our history. And the crazy thing is, everybody else already delineates. They don't mix themselves up. We're the only ones being told to be vogue, but vogue harms us, blurry harms us, gladdening calms us. So it's really not about exclusion. It's about protection. It's about accuracy. It's about ensuring that generations to come will inherit clarity, not confusion. But if we don't define ourselves, no one else will. And they will always define us in a way that benefits them. So delineation is not optional anymore. It's necessary, it's healthy, and it's the way forward. Believe that.
I'm your sister. If you see something happening to me right now, will you just abandon me? You're gonna stand by me. Come on now.
We are the same sisters. I felt like, coming to America. I'm very happy to be here. Like that energy, that frequency. Calm down, man. Relax. We're not the same. Okay. So is that the game plan? Just to come tell us you are us. We are you. We are sisters. That is a horrible plan. Will you ever get tired of trying to make people be you? We're not. All right? We're not. We're not the same in any capacity. I mean, melanated skin, perhaps, We're completely different nations. We're completely different people. Your nation is, in dismay. It's in big trouble, right? Because you guys are everywhere but home. You're everywhere, I don't even understand the whole, try to trick you into thinking that we're Nigerian. I don't care how much you smile. I don't care how much you try to chum it up. We are not the same people. No, we will never get tired of telling you that we aren't you, ma'am. What's the plan here? To wear us down? To make us be all Nigerians? We're not the same people, ma'am. I think the question was, don't you get tired of typing, we are not the same, we are not the same? And her point was to say that we are the same, that we are, because we look like each other. So based on lookership, she's saying that we are the same people. But the thing is, we aren't the same people. We are not, right? I think the goal is to try to, I don't know what they're trying to do, kind of wear us down with that type of rhetoric to say that we are the same. Ghanaians as well. Like, just stop. We're not Nigerians. We're not Ghanaians. We're not Liberians. We're not any Aryan. Nobody don't even want to be you. Y'all don't even want to be yourself. You're cosplaying a Black American woman with the bonnet and all of that. You got our whole aesthetic. You don't want to be you.
If Mexico or the Mexicans decided to delineate today, who the would care? If the Italians, if the Cubans, the Panamanians, the Haitians, the Jamaicans, any of them African countries decided to delineate from us, who would care? We'd play the world's smallest violin. You know why we wouldn't care? Because we are not dependent on their identity, their ethnonym, their ethnicity, their legacy, their history of anything. We have it all already, right? The delineation movement is very powerful, my people, because it puts us in a position, a very unique position, to take our people where we should have gone a long time ago. Delineation is us taking up the mantle and saying to our ancestors, we accept the responsibility. We accept this challenge. And we may lose some people along the way, but it's going to be well worth it. We're not worried about who we are losing. We're worried about what our future gains. That separates us from people fleeing their oppression under any circumstance. Okay? So don't let anybody tug on your emotional heartstrings. Don't be discouraged by being called certain names or whatever the case may be. It's not effective as the word delineation. If these indigenous people, the Semaine, the Lano, the Batek, the Aetas, okay, the Melanesians, okay, the Polynesians, if they just delineated today, will nobody even budge? Okay? If the Europeans delineated, nobody would budge. When the Europeans delineated from us here on their soil, we created our own institutions of economic and social excellence. We thrived outside of the system. When people delineate from us, we do better. When we're left to our own devices, we do way better. That's not the same that can be said about a lot of these other places that we can investigate today. You know what I mean? So continue on with this delineation movement. It is very powerful. You've seen how powerful it is in the right hands. When we say we're delineating, it is felt. It impacts people's future. It impacts their plans to migrate or to not migrate, right? To cosplay or to not cosplay, right? Delineation is very important, my people. Keep the movement strong and keep it alive.
Every other marginalized group has smoke for we Black Americans. You would think that we are the oppressors.
This is a self-love movement. Man, have you ever felt like you've been spread thin? You know, like you've been helping everybody? Like you've been pouring into everybody, but you have not been pouring into yourself. That good feeling you get when you pour into yourself and you realize how much you pouring into yourself is helping you. Man, that's the way I feel with this FBA delineation movement. This is good for us, man. And I see the difference, man. I really do. The love is spreading, man.
Delineation ain't hatred. It's self-definition, something that every group does. And that clarity really unsettles them because they've benefited from the confusion. And what really scares folks is this lineage uniting. That unity is powerful. And it's why people are trying so hard to pressure us and pull us into other people's battles. But not every fight is our fight. We deserve to put our full energy into ourselves, into our people, into our culture, into our lineage, into our community, into our future. And what's wild is we see the effects of delineation everywhere. In media, in policy conversations, on television, on social media. The world is responding. The most impactful part is that this came from a non-action, from boundary setting and self-definition, from simply saying, this is our thing. You know, many groups have already delineated. We're just refining our code and getting clearer by the day. So stay encouraged, keep moving with intention, and remember, delineation isn't slowing us down. It's strengthening us. It's protecting us. It's keeping us on code. It's doing exactly what it was meant to do. Delineation is moving us forward on our terms.
I am still proud to be Black American because we are the arbiters of cool. We are the tastemakers that everyone else all over the world rushes to copy. And they outright steal a lot of what our culture produces, from art to dance to the way we dress and speak, even sometimes to the way we wear our hair. So yeah, I am proud to be Black American. And I choose to be Black American in every single lifetime.
Every immigrant group sees themselves as higher than you. Regardless of their success being founded on the civil rights of your ancestors, each and every immigrant group put themselves above you. When you start to realize that, you will stop this coalition of Black and brown, this DEI representing the whole of all Black people's struggles. That is not the truth. In order for there to actually be a coalition, there has to be a realization. And then there has to be evaluation. Meaning that you have to realize they don't like you. You have to separate yourself, delineate, separate yourself so they can see your value. Once they see your value, then a coalition can be had. Right now, they're benefiting from your work without appreciating you. This is why you have Black Americans talking about delineate. It has nothing to do with hate. It has nothing to do with hate, but a recognition that you don't value me. You don't respect me. As such, now if this was your friend, everybody talks about, protecting your energy. That's exactly what delineation is, protecting your energy.
We Black Americans didn't make treaties with the indigenous Americans, break every one, commit genocide, often along the way, and then place them on the Trail of Tears. Black Americans did not do that. Black Americans didn't drop the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and then place Japanese Americans in internment camps during World War II. We didn't do that. We weren't responsible for starting any of the world wars or major military conflicts in our modern history. Black Americans didn't do that. Black Americans didn't colonize African countries under an imperialistic edict just so that their wealth and natural resources could be plundered and then embark on a campaign to destabilize their governments. Black Americans didn't do that. Black Americans don't persecute documented and undocumented immigrants and deport them at will out of this country. We don't do that either. Yet these groups and others have so much smoke and fire for us, but I don't see them having the same level of energy for their oppressors, the people who are actively doing them harm. You cannot make that make sense. Regardless,
we was betrayed and sold. Okay. To the point where I feel like it's my option to patronize that title or not. All due respect to him, If something jumped off and all black people were attacked, I would stand with them for survival.
Great.
I find a lot of them arrogant and condescending and disrespectful to Afro-Americans when they're here on the civil rights that our mothers and fathers and grandfathers fought for. I just think they ought to be a little bit more respectful under all the circumstances, that they betrayed us, backstabbed us, served us, sold us, and then they're living in America benefiting off of the civil rights that we fought for. That being said...
You're talking about white America, correct?
No, I'm talking about Africa. I'm talking about...
Oh, you're talking about Africans that came over.
Right.
Okay.
The Africans, they sold us.
Right.
They sold us in slavery.
Right.
Then, you know, a lot of them are condescending.
Okay.
Disrespectful toward Afro-Americans.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that being said, I call myself an Afro-American.
Okay.
Not denying I'm a descendant of an African.
Okay.
But just before the betrayal, I call myself an Afro-American.
You know what, family? I seen this coming because I did not see the appreciation coming from any of the immigrants, especially African immigrants, because you would think that if anyone would understand what we was going through, it would be the Africans. And we tried to be there as brothers and sisters. We tried that and they didn't want it. They say, no, we Ghanaian. No, we are Haitian. No, we are Jamaican. And they've separated themselves. And then we say, okay, well, we're going to do the same thing. And everybody seemed to have a problem with it. I just don't understand it, family. And the only thing we're trying to say is we just want some appreciation for the blood, sweat, and tears that our people went through. If you're going to benefit from it, at least appreciate the people that divided us for you. That's all we saying, family. Let's check out some more videos.
Grew up with African parents who raised me under racist ideologies for Black Americans. When I talk about it, you guys say I'm pandering to Black Americans. I was raised to believe that we Africans were better than Black Americans. We work harder. Black Americans are lazy. Black Americans are just all vagabonds. When I tell these truths,
these Nigerians got to stop being delusional at this point. Even Africans, all the Africans that think like Nigerians, y'all got to stop with this delusion, because y'all everywhere but your countries, especially Nigerians. Y'all are the vagabonds and the Akatas. You're everywhere but your country. They even got you in India. And then this whole, doctors and engineer narrative, your country is toe up from the flow up. The most affluent and rich people in Nigeria, when they get sick, you know where they go? They don't go to the hospitals in Nigeria. They go to other countries' hospitals. They fly out. Yeah, a different type of fly out. They fly out to get medical services, to get medical treatment. So if you were these premium doctors, A1 doctors, people should be running to your country and running to your hospitals. But I get it, you got low self-esteem, like you want to look at somebody else to punch down on. So your parents tell you, like, look, we're better than the Black Americans, because you think Black Americans is at the bottom, but you're running to the Black American country that the Black American built. Right, my mom used to do the same with me. Like, I grew up American poor. I would never be able to relate to what African poor is. That's a whole nother level. So my mom used to tell me, look, Donald, you know those 2 Nigerian kids that we sponsored, those Nigerian village African kids that we sponsor daily and monthly? They're less fortunate than you. Yeah, I know we got it bad. I know we're American poor, but African poor is on a whole nother level, Donald. And I was like, you know what? F them African village kids, right? Because back then, a pack of top ramen was 5 cents, right? I'm like 30 cents a day. I could give me unlimited top ramen. I'm a little kid, selfish little kid. And I was put on punishment and consequences because of some African village kids. But I was little Ben. My mom was just trying to teach me a lesson, so I get it. But for y'all to sit up here and try to preach this supremacy, this African supremacy, is hella delusional. Because you're running to everybody else's countries. Nobody's running to your countries. Hell, you don't even have streets or asphalt or toilets. Right? Open defecation. It's a severe problem in Nigeria. Y'all parents need to stop it. Right? I see if you was in your own countries, if you was somewhere like Tokyo or somewhere like Dubai and be like, yeah, we're better than those vagabonds in your country. How could you call other people akatas and vagabonds when you're scattered throughout the world? Right? They even got y'all in India. Y'all everywhere but Nigeria, everywhere but Africa. Hell, your president don't even live in Nigeria. Yeah.
people who use the word delineation, I want it to be clear that, like, if you are still pro white supremacy and pro colonization and pro fascism and pro imperialism, you delineating from other black folks is literally just an admittance and a submission into white supremacy, because your blackness does not automatically mean that you are inherently anti-white supremacy. So if the only thing out of all the things you can be delineating from is another black person, we know what you are.
You know what I will never understand about delineation reparations are FBA individuals who come against the movement. That'll never ever make sense to me. Number one, if you don't have the faith in reparations, move to the side. Don't tear down the people who do. If you think it's a waste of time, if you think whatever about it, okay, but don't come against it. Number one, ultimately, you're going to benefit from it. If you are genuinely FBA, you are going to benefit from reparations. What are you mad about? How are you tearing down people who are on the front lines, really making a difference, really making our voices heard? Like, we are in civil rights 2.0. What are you not getting? Judah roars. Judah roars. What are you not getting? You have eyes and don't see, ears but don't hear. Where are you? Where are you? Delineation is not about hate. Dog, we don't hate nobody. We are the most hated and the least hateful. We are the most hated and the least hateful. This has nothing to do with nobody else. Focusing on you does not mean you dislike other people. Prioritizing yourself does not mean you dislike others. Why is that so hard to understand? Like, how are you tearing down something that's just fighting for more rights, more freedom, more not retribution. I think it is retribution, but really just our just due. How are you, as an individual with lineage back to prior to the founding of this country, how are you upset about reparations movement? How are you upset about delineation? You're upset about delineation because you lack understanding. That's one. That's you lack understanding. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you either get it or you don't. But don't tear down the ones who are responding to something. I'm telling you, there's something happening. And your lack of awareness is fine. But when it turns into trying to come against the movement, man, I wouldn't do that if I were you. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Y'all, I don't even know what to say. I don't know how to wrap this up. Just come on. What are you doing?